All right, good morning, class. This is Dr. Leslie here. I wanted to make a point to talk to you this week about basically the upcoming paper. So this coming Sunday, your nursing history in future paper is due, and that is January 21st at 11:55 p.m. I wanted to talk to you about some of your resources. So I'm going to take you through here a little bit. Your first resource that I want to talk to you about is the Net Tutor. And I just had to talk to the Moodle chat this morning because I noticed that it wasn't populating. But it is now for all of the courses. So when you click on this Net Tutor, I'll take you right in here. You'll want to go down to this Live English Tutor and Online Writing Lab. All right, and then you can see here it says Ask Net Tutor. You can get live one-to-one help, and then you also can ask a question, just drop it off kind of like an email. This third one is the one that I am most interested in for you. I used to use an online writing lab for my PhD studies, and we didn't actually have that for my MSN studies, and I wish we had. I am a good writer by most people's standards, and I have always been, but here's something about writing: you can always get better. So I want to make sure that you are well equipped and you have resources in place. So with this, if you write your paper ahead of time, even if you have a partial draft or not the complete paper, that's okay. Send that in to the Net Paper Center, the Net Tutor Paper Center, and what you can do is you can upload your paper, and I think this requires a quick registration. It's just like email and a quick password. That's what I did. It's real quick. And then I'm just going to go through here. I haven't done this yet, so it's my first time too. And then you can upload a paper. Here you go. I guess it asks you a couple questions. Paper style. I'm going to click APA, and here we go, a couple questions again. And then this is kind of nice. For your paper for this week, that'll definitely be more of a narrative paper. I like that it has annotated bibliography. If you look through the course, there is an assignment that's an annotated bibliography. So you can put either narrative or descriptive. I would say narrative is probably the right one. In due date, I would probably put a couple days before the assignment's due, so maybe January 19th. Let's see here how we type that in. There we go. And then describe the assignment and writing goals you would like. Let's see here. I'll just put help with overall content and grammar. Required length. This paper is 2.5 to 3 pages. And then you can click different areas for feedback. I'll click grammar and mechanics, sentence structure. I'll just click a lot. Citations, absolutely. Why not get help with that? And then we'll title it Nursing History and Future Paper. Okay, I'm just going to pick a random document so that we see how to do this. Let's see if I have something I can just put in here. Of course. Trying to think of something I could just put in there. I don't have a narrative paper, so let's see here. Okay, anyway, we'll just pretend that I did it. I can't think of a good one for, oh, I know, my APA. Let's see if I can find it here. My APA example paper that I'll talk about in a moment. There we are. And I'm going to upload that. Now, you really want, I guess we can just only select no more than 2 areas of feedback. There we go. Those are probably the most important: grammar and mechanics and citations and references. All right. So you want to do this ahead of time so that you give them a couple days to review your papers, reviewed by a live person, and then they will send your paper back, and you can take what you like and leave the rest. They'll give you feedback and intermix it, and I find it very valuable for students. All right, and so my paper has uploaded, and when it's done, it'll be here also, and you just click on it and be able to see it, and it'll download. All right, so let's go into the directions here. So under week 2, we've got the instructions first. Oh, I was wrong about the link. Okay, so write a 3 to 4 page APA formatted paper, excluding the title and reference pages. Make sure all your borders are 1 inch all the way around. Don't modify the spacing in between letters or between words. Leave those according to APA format, which should already be formatted in your Microsoft Word. So here you're going to describe what you feel are the 2 most important historical impacts on nursing from your readings. And then you're going to explain why you chose those over the other historical impacts. You'll also identify at least 2 nursing trends and relate them to your own nursing experiences. The most important aspect for me is that you relate them to your own nursing experiences. I am far more interested in you applying the content than just relating events which I'm familiar with. So we're not looking at mere facts, we're looking at the application and how it impacts you. So you'll talk about the similarities and differences between those. You'll also articulate your personal insights of how you wish to influence nursing as a profession during your lifetime, and what impact you'd like to have, and how you would like to be remembered professionally. Also, you'll answer, is there anything you would like to change in nursing during your lifetime to improve future generations? So let's take a look at the rubric. You'll be graded on. Okay, I just received my answer back from NetTutor as far as how long it takes for NetTutor to review your papers, and they said they are usually returned in 48 to 72 hours. So papers could be returned in under 48 hours, but this would depend on a variety of factors, including student demand and the time of year. So for instance, closer to graduation, like in April, May, they probably get inundated with a lot of requests. It says we recommend submitting your paper with enough time prior to the due date, so that revisions can be made if necessary and after it has been reviewed. So that's good information to know. Okay, so looking at the nursing history and future paper rubric, let me see if I can expand this. There we go. All right, the first area is the historical impacts. Make sure that you identify 2 or more nursing trends and relate them again to your own nursing experiences. You want to discuss both the similarities and the differences. What we're looking here for exemplary is that you write an in-depth narrative, so not just vague or general. That won't suffice for all 20 points at least. Nursing trends. So again, you'll identify at least 2 nursing trends and relate them to your own nursing experiences again. You'll also discuss the similarities and differences. Then as far as personal insights and legacy, you will fully describe the influence on nursing, the impact that you would like to have in your career, how you would like to be remembered, and what you would like to improve for future generations. So really flesh that out. So when I'm going through and I'm creating this, what I look for is, you can see that historical impacts is 20 points, nursing trends is 20 points. And then you can see it's more important to me that about your personal insights and legacy because I assigned more points to that section. So they're just about as many points, but not quite. So when you're creating your paper, I look to see have you spent, how do I say it, an appropriate amount of time on each. So if the one section is quite small, then I know that you didn't fully expand on that or fully explain that. So I'm looking for that depth. So If it was only 10 points, I would expect that section to be smaller. Make sure you do write a conclusion and summary. You want to summarize what you learned and maybe incorporate a little pieces of new information about the topic in there. And that's something that'll be in all of your assignments, so just get used to writing your summaries in that manner. And then, of course, integration of scholarly sources. For this assignment, you will locate at least 3 scholarly sources. I recommend getting right into Presentation College's online library right away, early in the week, but early in the semester, and that's part of the reason I put a paper at the beginning here, so that you get in there right after seeing Karen and meeting Kira with the APA format, so you can get the practice in writing in APA format and with the online library. Really important. You just cannot get enough practice or experience in doing that in your graduate studies. You'll also make sure you discuss those resources within the paper. So you're not just looking them up to look them up. They should help add to the discussion. They should relate to your topic, of course. So make sure that they do that. I'll be looking at mechanics, English spelling, punctuation, and then APA formatting as well. And please make sure you refer to both the OWL resources. Make sure you look at your APA 6th edition. And then we'll talk a little bit more about getting that quiz done, that one that I mentioned last week. It's you take it over and over again until you basically receive the high score. And I'm going to allow for a lot longer period of time to take that during the first semester, but then you'll take the same exact quiz in the second semester, third, and fourth. It's really a learning piece. Okay, so that's the rubric. And then let's go to where I have the APA resources, which again is in your MSN orientation. And we're going to rename that MSN forum at some point. I put in the request. So if you see the name change, it's still the same exact content. Okay, so underneath the MSN resources, here is Kira Ball's presentation that she gave last week. So here we go. Looks familiar. I would encourage you to download that and refer to it. And she can also be emailed, and sometimes it's just easier to email a different professor, and that's totally fine with me. I want you to use all the resources you can to help you. Also, the APA template, I created that for you to help you out. And I'm going to pull it up. It's coming up on my other screen. I'll slide it over so you can see this in a moment. And you're welcome to use this if it's easier for you, so that you get everything you need. So here is the template, and I put in there examples of the headings. So please take advantage of having that as well. And then I put in some APA paper help here for you also. I created this, so hopefully this helps you. Come on, open up. I've got 2 screens, so I'll just slide it on over for you. Oh, there it goes. Okay. My German Shepherd likes to walk around when I'm here, so that's probably the noise that you hear. That would be Mika Lee. She's actually my fiance's dog, so. Okay, so I put this is an example paper, and I put some things in here, kind of similar to what Kira has, so that just for overall help for you. Now, if you notice the little bubble here, you can see comments, and this is actually a way that you'll be able to review the comments that I put in your papers as well. And I like to click off to the side and see kind of like a preview. Here we go. Abstract. I'm really not going to require an abstract for most of my papers. If you have any questions about that, ask me, but I'm, for the most part, not at this point in the curriculum. Okay, so it just kind of takes you down through. So here is an example, and it's kind of a boring paper, but it gives you an idea of how a paper is written in APA format. So, okay. So I would encourage you to download those resources and to review those. The discussions have looked really good for the last week or so, and really excited about that. And there was a problem with the grade book for this class, so those grades will be coming in today. I'll be grading those shortly so that you'll be able to see those. And so for the rest of this time, I'm just going to finish the recording, upload that for those of you who couldn't attend, and just going to sit here and see if anybody has any questions and if anyone wants to log in. All right, have a good day.